Hello, my wonderful story explorers. Are you ready for an adventure? Today, we're diving into a super old, super exciting story about a brother and sister named Hansel and Gretel. It's a tale filled with bravery, cleverness, and a house made of delicious treats. Can you imagine? Let's find out what happens. Once upon a time, in a teeny tiny cottage at the edge of a great big forest, lived two children, Hansel and Gretel. They loved to play and explore, but their family was very, very poor, and there wasn't always enough food to go around. One day, their parents made a very sad decision. They had to take Hansel and Gretel deep into the forest and leave them there, hoping someone else would find them and give them a better life. It was a very hard choice for their parents. But Hansel was a very clever boy. As they walked into the forest, he secretly dropped shiny white pebbles along the path. Clink, clink, clink went the pebbles, marking their way. He knew they might need a way to find their way home. When they were left alone, Gretel was a bit scared, but Hansel smiled and said, "Don't worry, little sister. I've made us a secret trail." And sure enough, when the moon came out, those shiny pebbles glowed in the dark, leading them all the way back to their cottage. What a clever trick. Their parents were so surprised and happy to see them. But sadly, the next morning, things were still tough, and they had to try again. This time, Hansel tried to leave a trail with breadcrumbs. But oh dear, do you know what loves breadcrumbs?
Chirp, chirp, chirp!
That's right, little birds. Chirp, chirp, chirp. They flew down and ate every single crumb, leaving Hansel and Gretel with no trail at all. Oh no! This time they were truly lost in the big, deep forest. Hansel and Gretel walked and walked, their tummies rumbling until... Gasp! Gretel pointed her finger and exclaimed, "Look, Hansel, a house!" But this wasn't just any house. Oh no, it was a house made of gingerbread, with a roof of frosting, windows of sugar candy, and walls covered in cookies and lollipops. Can you imagine how good that smelled? Hansel and Gretel, who were so hungry, didn't wait a second. They ran right up to the house and started nibbling. Hansel munched on a crunchy cookie wall, and Gretel licked a sticky candy window. It was the most delicious house they had ever seen. But then the door creaked open, and out stepped an old woman with a sweet smile. "Why, hello there, children," she cooed. "Are you hungry? Come inside, come inside. I have plenty more treats for you." Hansel and Gretel, thinking she was the kindest old lady in the world, went right in. The old woman gave them warm milk and yummy cakes, and they thought they were so lucky. But this old woman wasn't as sweet as she seemed. Oh no, she was actually a wicked witch, and she loved to bake. but not just cakes. She wanted to bake Hansel and Gretel. Eek! The witch locked Hansel in a little cage, saying she wanted to fatten him up, and she made poor Gretel do all the chores. Every day, the witch would say, "Hansel, stick out your finger so I can feel how plump you're getting." But Hansel was clever, remember? Instead of his own finger, he would stick out a tiny chicken bone. The witch, whose eyesight wasn't very good, would feel the bone and grumble, "Still so skinny, still so skinny." Chuckle, chuckle. One day, the witch got impatient. "Gretel," she snapped, "climb into the oven and see if it's hot enough for the bread." But Gretel was smart too. She knew exactly what the witch wanted to do. "I don't know how to do that, dear witch. How do I get in?" The witch, huffing and puffing, bent down to show Gretel how to look inside the oven. And that's when Gretel had her chance. Whoosh! With a mighty push, Gretel shoved the wicked witch right into the hot oven and slammed the door shut. Clang! Hansel cheered from his cage. Gretel quickly unlocked his cage, and they gave each other the biggest, happiest hug. They didn't stop there. They looked around the witch's house and found sparkling jewels and shiny gold coins. They filled their pockets and bags with all the treasures they could carry. Then Hansel and Gretel walked out of the forest, and this time, because they were so much braver and smarter, they found their way home. Their parents were so happy to see them, and with all the jewels and gold, they never had to be hungry again. They lived happily ever after, full of love and delicious, non-witchy treats. Wow, what an adventure, right? Hansel and Gretel were so brave and so clever. What was your favorite part of the story? Did you like when Hansel left the pebbles? Or when Gretel tricked the witch? Remember, even when things are tough, a little bit of bravery and a lot of clever thinking can help you find your way. Thanks for joining me for this magical story. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time, Story Explorers.